You know, the anti-gunners said that when we won McDonald Supreme Court, that if the court ruled our way, it would open the floodgates to Second Amendment litigation. It's one area where the anti-gunners were right.
Okay. The Supreme Court has granted cert in a gun case, right? In a case involving New York's the gun laws in New York and New York City. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know you guys didn't bring the case, but you plan to file an amicus brief in support of the plaintiffs, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. New York City has this crazy law. First of all, in New York, to have a gun in your own home, you have to have a permit. Part of the law of having that permit is you're not allowed to transport the gun except unloaded in a locked box and only to gun ranges to practice in New York City.
So nowhere, even like if you wanted to go out to take your gun that you legally own.
Out on Long Island to shoot at a range there. Or if you wanted to go upstate to compete in a shooting match.
You couldn't
or if you have a second home, you know, in Westchester County, or for that matter, it might be in Florida, where you vacation, where you live in the winter months to get out of the cold in New York. You legally couldn't transport. It's a ban on transport, basically.
Wow.
You couldn't transport your firearm legally. You'd lose your permit to have the gun in your home, and you could get arrested. The New York State Rifle and Pistol Association brought this lawsuit. It's a very good lawsuit. The lower court judge ruled against him, the appeals court ruled against him, and the U.S. Supreme Court decided to hear it. Now, I don't believe the Supreme Court would choose to hear this case if they were going to affirm the lower court decision. I believe they have the votes, and they're looking at this law as being unconstitutional.
Okay.
So I'm kind of excited about it, and what it really does, Stephen, is it shows this is the first time in a lot of years the Supreme Court decided to hear another gun case.
Yeah.
It means that the Supreme Court is back in business of hearing gun cases.
Because there was a lot of consternation about this, right? After McDonald, there hasn't been much from the Supreme Court in terms of Second Amendment litigation, right? And you've even had justices like Thomas and Gorsuch who've written dissents saying that we should take cases, but they hadn't until now. So it's a big deal, right?
It's a really big deal, and it shows why Donald Trump's election was very important for gun rights, because now we have a court that's tipping more in the favor of looking at gun rights, making sure our Second Amendment rights are protected.